Hey, brothers and sisters, this is your girl Nicole coming to you with a quick video. I was thinking about this, y'all, pretty much ever since I finished watching the video. Let's just be honest. But it's pertaining to a viral video that made it on YouTube. I think it's been a few days ago, but it came in my feed yesterday, and it was Sunday, and I had time, so I watched it. But it was about a young lady who was sharing her story about who she married. I don't use profanity, so I have to that's like the clean cut, nice, clean version. It was a question, and she was wondering like who did she marry. But come to find out, she didn't know him at all, and she married him past the red flags and so forth. A lot of people was complaining about the fact that the video was so long and she was long-winded, and I have to be totally honest, I honestly didn't see anything wrong with it. I think the video that I saw, they kind of sped it up a little bit, but she was really talking slow. But as far as her details and she sharing, I thought it was very helpful because I speak the same way. You know, I'm very detailed. That way there won't be no surprises, there won't be no questions. You have zero doubt, you understand the story. I done explained it. There's no loopholes, so nobody can't fill anything in. But her story to me really made me think about, you know, my situation. It's been over 12 years since it happened, but it did happen, and I honestly believe she reminded me of myself when I was new to the faith. Um, I did marry someone that I received so many red flags in not doing so, but I ignored them because I knew that going into marriage, it was something that I knew took work and I was willing to do it. Unfortunately, my desire to, you know, do my father's will might not be somebody else's desire. And I can't make someone do the work. You know, I only can be responsible for myself. But going in the marriage, you know, he said some stuff that her own ex-husband said to her, my ex-husband said to me. And I thought it was amazing. Like when I heard it, I was just like, you know, this sounds familiar. I wanted to make sure it wasn't him. But just because of the location. But short story real quick. Um I have to say the main important thing is that, you know, when the world says that a person is mentally ill, it's beyond mentally ill. And I think this is why I wanted to share, you know, the insight that I received, because now that I have spiritual eyes, I didn't have spiritual eyes when I got married, but I have them now. So when I was listening to her story, I was able to tell that it was spiritual. A lot of things we want to blame on a person. Oh, he's just lazy, and oh, he's just this, and oh, he just lie, and they are all spirits. And as I was listening, I had to be totally honest. I really do believe it was a spirit, and the spirit is called schizophrenic. And I say that because I know what that diagnosis is, because I have a brother who was suffering with that. And if you don't really understand it, it would look like, okay, this person just don't want to do nothing. Oh, this person's just lazy. Oh, this person just like to lie. Oh, he just like to do this. Or he just, I had to see past that, to be totally honest. And what made me really look into it was that I had to find out. I said, okay, something caused this. And the something that causes it is, you know, the enemy, Satan. He has a plan for every person on this earth, and his plan is to destroy their destiny. So what he does is feed off of trauma that comes into a person's life. Now, how we handle that trauma is on us. And unfortunately, like when I was listening to her story and the things that he was doing, and she said it seemed like he was enjoying, like getting off, she was using the term getting off of the fact that he saw her excitement just to know that he wasn't going to do anything. I honestly believe that was not intentional. I think that is a spirit, because this spirit that is using this person, this vessel, his goal is to trigger her. So when people start looking at the fact that you are the target, and I'm saying you because I'm talking to you, so just look at yourself as you are the target in the enemy's eyes. So who he uses to target you, you have to be able to discern, okay, I am the target. His number one goal is to throw me off. His number one goal is to get me frustrated. He wants me mad. He wants me to quit. But I know who I am in Yahusha. I am not going to quit. So the thing with her was that she just saw the things that he was lying to her about. But spiritually, and according to scripture, there is a spirit that is called a lying spirit. They are on people and it's real. And the reason why that spirit is on people is because the person that they're lying to don't want to know the truth. And I hate to say it, but I have to be totally honest. And you can find it in 1 Kings 22. There's a lying spirit in the mouth of prophets. The reason why is because they don't want to hear the truth. So guess what Yahuwah, he said, the creator of heaven and earth, who's going to go and deceive this Ahab? I shared this in the last video. So the same spirit is in the world today. And I said, and another thing I noticed too, there was a review video that was people, I guess, getting on talking about, you know, the testimony she was sharing. And I didn't look at it, I'm going to be totally honest. But I did see one video that showed that the guy that she was speaking of responded. And he said something about her destroying or slandering his name. And I just thought it was so funny because she never said his real name. She called him Legion. And the reason why, because according to scripture, Legion had many demons. Over, I want to say 6,000, 2,000, 6,000. It's like one of them. But he had a lot of spirits. And a legion was in this man that was cutting himself. And Yahusha was speaking to him. And he said, what is your name? And he said, his name is Legion, for he is many. There are many spirits in this one person. That is not by accident. And when she said that, she renamed him Legion. I was thinking to myself, like, that is true. Because to me, realistically, we're going to call it schizophrenia because it's a fleshly word. But spiritually, it's a spirit. And what spirits and people need to do, they got to come out. But you need the anointed one to do that. So I had to share that because I myself was a victim of that same situation. I didn't go through so much as what she went through, but it was still emotional. It was a lot of emotion, but I didn't really understand the importance it was when you are the target of the enemy. So when the enemy is targeting you, he's going to use people. And it is up to us to discern these type of people that are in our life to know that, okay, this person is not for me. And like she shared, she saw all the red flags and she ignored all of them. I too saw the red flags and I ignored them all. And then had the nerve to come out of my throat and ask my father, why did you allow me to marry this man? You know what? I said, how dare you, Nicole? I had to literally jack my own self up. Like, how dare you? What gives you the audacity to ask your father in heaven, in the Shamayim, how could he allow this? He showed you. The only thing he did show me was dreams. I didn't see a dream, but who knows? I probably had a dream and didn't even realize it. But nevertheless, I turned my car off, so I'm a little warm. But I had to share that. I'm just like, we have to realize we are the target, and the enemy do not want us to be successful. So I'm grateful that she did get out the situation, just like I did. I got out the situation. My situation was similar to hers, but to a certain extent. She ended up miscarrying the child. Mine was, we couldn't be intimate. Father would not allow us to do anything physically, because we know spiritually, when you lay with a person, your soul and that person's soul are entwined. That's how they become one flesh. But when you join yourself to someone that is not by him, and this is where I saw the love of my father for me so real, that he allowed this situation not to happen. And to the point where my ex-husband actually blamed me. He was like, I've never had no problems with this before. I had no problems being with women. I think it's you. And I look at him like, you have all the nerve. But in reality, he was right, because and I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, I never would, but my father was showing me how important it was for me not to sleep with this man, because he did not want nothing to come between him and I. Same thing goes with this woman. She did not have a child. Although she was pregnant and she miscarried, it was not her will to be married to that man. It was not. And she got away. And to say she had to go through, I had to go through restraining orders too, to keep this man away from me. I went through it. And I'll tell you the truth, is when you have that Ishmael, when you calling yourself trying to help the father, you can't help him. You can't. He tells you he's going to do something for you. Trust and believe he's going to do it. Just be still and wait. Be still. Be in his presence. Pray. Fast. Get your mind off of that situation. Focus on the Father. But when we call ourselves trying to help, we leave ourselves in a snare. The beauty of it is our Father will deliver us from it. But to know that you have the opportunity to just wait and trust his timing, everything will be beautiful in his timing. So I just wanted to share that you are the target. The enemy wants nothing but to destroy your life. He wants to kill, steal, and destroy you. So when we realize we are the target, we will have better discernment on who we allow in our lives and who we allow in our family's lives. And in her case, she didn't share too much with her family, which I found that to be very skeptical. But that's because the truth of the matter is, sometimes you don't want to know the truth. You don't want to know the truth. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have too much family to share that I was getting married. Like, I didn't have my mom. She probably would have saw him and be like, girl, run. What are you doing? And I had friends at the time, they were in my wedding and everything, and they knew we wasn't going to make it a year. And they still sat back and let me marry this man. But it's neither here or there. It's already in the past. I've moved on. I'm waiting on my father now. And if anything, it built my relationship with my father to be even stronger. And I would not trade it in for the world. So I will wait. I have no problem waiting. There I get moments when I feel like I'm alone and I don't have somebody to talk to, regularly or in my face. But my father is right there and I talk to him. I'd rather be in his face than to be in the face of a lawyer. I've done it. I went through it. That's the one dream I will say I did get. When I was filing for the divorce, that was an awesome testimony with that too. I was filing for the divorce and I had a dream where my lawyer took my marriage license, balled it up, and threw it in the trash. and I woke up. And right then I knew my father was saying he didn't even recognize this marriage. So I sometimes don't say it, like I don't brag, I've been married before. I sometimes think I'm not supposed to tell anybody I was married before, but I share it because that's just how real my relationship is with my father. If something is not supposed to be, it will not happen. He will show me the person in a dream. And then he'll show me whatever confusion is in the midst of this person. That's how I know, no, that's not the one. And that's how, and I mean, some people might say, you know what, that's just too deep. No, it's my protection. And that's his way of protecting me. So yeah, I take heed of it, because now I do get dreams about people that I may meet. Lets me know if I'm supposed to be talking to that person, or don't even be their friend because they're not trying to be yours. And you got to walk with it, because I mean, we are in these times where the devil wants nothing but us to be destroyed. And how does he destroy us? By our emotions. And then we'll get that, oh, I don't want to talk to nobody no more. I would just rather be by myself until Yahushua come. What do you mean? When clearly he said it's not good for man to be alone. I will bring him to his helper, his suitable partner. But the problem is we don't want to wait. But what he's doing is really working on us so we can be that good thing in his life. How can you be a man's good thing if you don't know who you are? Think about it. I'll wait. Okay, I gotta go. But I'll just say it. I just wanted to share with y'all the beauty of the relationship that you can build with your husband man, the creator of the heaven. He said he is our husband man. Check it, John 15. He is our husband man. He is the one who's pruning us. He is making us the way he wanted us to be, to prepare us for our spouses, for those who are, waiting on his and trusting in him. He will do it. But you have to be willing to wait and trust him. He ain't gonna let you down. So in the meantime, I am enjoying my singleness now. I ain't gonna lie, I think about it now, but I'm enjoying it too. So just allow yourself just to rest in his presence. Don't be so quick to jump into people's faces and trying to think that they are the one when you don't know 2 cents about him. And she knew nothing about this young man. Nothing. This man literally lied about everything. Everything. And I had to be honest. I don't believe he was a pathological liar. I believe he just had a spirit in him, because he went through some trauma that he didn't get healed from. And I'm going to leave it at that. It was there to destroy his destiny. And there's only one way to reverse that. Is the blood of Yahusha. Because trauma, especially with our people, of our skin complexion, I'll put it like that. We go through trauma, and somebody in the family is suffering. Someone has sacrificed them, or they've been molested, or they can't go past this situation. But that trauma was designed to take them out. And when you allow it, your destiny is held up. Your destiny is held up. And I think what did it for me with him was when she said, he had all these different jobs. But then I know it was the people, when she was asking about certain people and they were already dead. It was just like, wait a minute, this man here might be speaking to familiar spirits. He's really pretending. Like, it looks to us on the surface, he's just pretending he's talking to somebody. Who does that? He's really speaking to a spirit, but even though that person has already passed away. They were there to hijack his destiny. And that's something that's the arena that I look into since I've been saved. Like, why are certain things ain't happening in our life? Why I gotta go through this? Or why is this affecting the men's side of my family? Or why is this affecting the women's side of my family? I was looking into that. And then I had to learn that, there were some ancestral spirits, which means my family in past generations dabbling in witchcraft and hijacking us. It's real. It's real. It's really real. And when you have a familiar spirit attached to you, that spirit is attached to another person, he want nothing but to join them two people that ain't supposed to be together. Because they're feeding the flesh. Oh, I feel like I just need to be with somebody. So here come a familiar spirit attached to a man. She look like she needs somebody to be with. Here you go. Now you online dating. Something I never was a part of. I tried it when I was in the world. It didn't last long. Because people like to lie. My point exactly. They like to lie. But that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to go because I was supposed to have been on here 15 minutes ago. And it's already 18 minutes past. I love you all. I will chat with y'all soon. And I pray Yahuwah blesses us continually with his wisdom, his knowledge, his understanding, but most of all, his love. Because he loves you. I trust you to know he loves you. I'll talk to you real soon. Be blessed. Shalom.